Hello, the species value nature system. Excuse my shirt's backward. I want to talk about the police. In defense of the police, they're not alone. They never were. Since before our founding, there were internation agencies entrenched here with crazy laws that were designed to see if anyone wasn't following not only with the hard rules, but the insidious ones. This way, those are really, in other words, even the social guy's morality was forced by criminal methods. In other words, everyone was a fact treatment nature slave, even our founders. And now this is in relationship to a nature of criminal insidiousness. Now to counter this nature and to counter the tactics of it recorded, we have to address the recorded using correlation. We have to be able to address. We have to be able to address criminal insidiousness nature. In other words, we're not being allowed to do this because not just because they're juxtaposed with internation police and families of all industries through areas original and progressed. In other words, too, with criminal justice, with campuses, we have hundreds of nations juxtaposed here, immoral, and talking about morality and trying to make prejudiced claims and things like that, and man say, "Oh, this person said that," or whatever. In other words, they're having rules for sarcasm or whatever, or even when they're talking about things that are not right about someone, they're not putting it in the right context. Plus, they're not putting all the industries that are sharing natures of needing to cover up their roles with standard lie progression. In other words, lies they tell to themselves and to others, and with styles, with different opinions, all sharing the same needs to hide the same lies, delusions, premises, criminal intonation, persuasions. With the media, there are proven child offenders on the sex predator list, and with recorded connections between them, posting fake child predator maps pointing to me because I caught them. Now they're already caught, but I caught them further, but with the police. So there needs to defend the police because I know how they were. It needs to have them disciplined. This is when the courts have to know, otherwise they're criminal incompetent. Excuse me. To know that the police are not going to stand around and they're a quality of fact treatment nature as trained to hide this. In other words, their relationships with policing here are lost. Originally progressed criminal. I'm not even a lawyer, but for example, we'll examine the proofs of it to correlation. We have the right to say we have had no legal representation for our urban areas. We've had odds with that. Even with things like Sandy Hook, you can't report things like that. Recorded crimes tied to them, tied to police departments more than intercity and interstate. But with Connecticut, with the Sandy Hook, with the child crimes, with the shootings and stuff like that same area is recorded, and the triage with Waterbury recorded, involved with Wethersfield Police, corruption involved with Hartford triage, and investigators and patients and doctors there recorded with crimes with the child predators, also with the town offices, also with the campuses. There's also a Dr. Graham recorded and confessed completely involved with Middletown, and with people related to my extended families of my one of my neighbors, a Cologne, involved with police and with doctors and with like private investigator type cliques, drug cliques, hurting the kids through time. Since I was a kid, I tried to write a complaint against Judge Smith. Expressed lies and delusions in a court, in the Britain Superior Court. Now it's the same kid. Now there's people in that court involved with progressive evidence crimes in other courts. See, these local courts aren't allowing writing to be transferred, and they're hiding confessions and how police are bringing in multiple police reports so then they can later tell multiple different stories, all made up, putting people in fake locations, forging names. Excuse me, now. Excuse me, I'm drinking all this coffee, trying to make my book finished. So I'm being extorted with this. Because time is an issue here, because they have little kids in the school involved. They have the phenomenon of court actors, court predators, with their kids in the schools. But see, they have no right to be in a court. They have no business being in a court like that. The whole place, even the hallways. And they have with the internation families involved with it, confessed and demonstrated how they're involved with the recorded manifest, criminally foreign influenced natures of science. In other words, correlation in real science left poverty, left states with the debts, rackets, with their fact treatment nature, with the parties criminal, setting up now how they're saying, oh, they have to go harder. What are they, nuts? About how they approach the elections. We need science. We need science somewhere. There's not one science like defended. It's not right. It's no good.